A stomach-churning story out of California tonight. Surrogate mothers from across the country thought they were carrying babies for a couple struggling to build a family. But now, one duo has been charged with felony child endangerment after 21 children ranging from ages 2 months to 13 years were found inside this California mansion. Now, police discovered the sinister scheme after investigating allegations of child abuse.
In addition to the one child that was admitted to the hospital, we believe that the remaining children inside that home, at least the younger children, were subject to emotional and physical abuse. We believe that the nanny who we got an arrest warrant for was solely responsible for the significant head trauma that the child received. The parents knew about these injuries and failed to do something.
The nanny is now on the run, but the story gets even more disturbing. Authorities say the couple contacted surrogates through an agency that they owned and told potential surrogates they were looking for a second child. Here to discuss is Brian Claypool, criminal defense attorney. Brian, the more I read about this, the angrier I get for those kids, for the surrogate mothers who thought they were, I guess, doing something benevolent. They make money too, but that they were doing something benevolent for a couple desperate to have a child. What's your theory about this case, given what we know now?
Yeah, hey, Laura, always great to be with you. Look, I'm a single parent of 2 girls. One of those girls I had through surrogacy, so I'm a surrogate father. This is deeply troubling, and what we need to do, Laura, is find out what went wrong here. This can't be happening anywhere in the U.S., let alone L.A. County. What do I mean by that? Well, I've had cases against the LA County Department of Children and Family Services. I find it hard to believe that 21 kids later, nobody in the hospital, no neighbors, nobody in schools close by, ever reported anything to the DCFS about suspected abuse. So I'm asking the LA County Sheriff's Department to get out there and do a deep dive and investigate. For example, did any nurses over the years call the hotline and say, hey, this is the 7th child delivered to these surrogate parents at the same hospital? So we have got to determine whether there were red flags out there, there were prior reports, and that nothing was done. 26% of the time, Laura, in LA County, DCFS does what's called an evaluate out. What does that mean? They decide not to investigate a report of suspected abuse. We just need to find out whether that happened here.
Well, one of the surrogates is fighting to get the child she gave birth to back. She said she felt that something was off when she brought the baby to the couple. Watch this.
She did not seem in any way, loving towards the baby. She barely even held the baby. She barely looked at the baby. Definitely not what I expected.
Brian, again,
this is
critics of surrogacy, and all of us will use this as a way to say, like, this is fraught with problems and abuse of the system, whatever system we could call this. But could the court in any way decide that she would have parental rights here if this couple is deemed unfit, which they certainly seem unfit to be parents here?
Yeah, absolutely. I signed a surrogacy agreement. I worked with an agency, and in that agreement, if there's fraud involved, it can be nullified. So if I'm the lawyer representing the mom that carried that child, I would definitely go to court and try to get custody of that child based on fraud that was carried out on her.
Well, I'm worried about, other possibilities that were being considered, what they might do with these children. Did the children go to school? How many other kids could there have been? Brian, so disturbing. Thank you very much for your perspective and analysis tonight.